Yesterday. Looks like the SPY is down a little bit this morning. Uh, AMC was part of the meme craze yesterday. I did like this candle. I talked about how I like that candle. We got a nice push up. What an awesome day yesterday, being able to jump in and out of those plays and make money, and not being there holding and hoping. To put the call ratio 85. It's neutral. The oscillators for the NASDAQ are 95. It's cooling off. Still warm, still hot, but it is cooling off. The New York Stock Exchange 164. The S&P 500. This is the weekly. We are still approaching this 200 weekly, and that is another problem area. We're tied up into a lot of those areas right now. The U.S. dollar, we were expecting it to trade sideways, and that's exactly what we got. We got a pullback. We called the pullback. We were looking for a trade, some sideways action. Now it looks like it's changing character again, back above your major moving averages. Looks like it wants to move up. That will apply pressure to the market. The VIX, we talked about, getting a bounce off this downtrend. Exactly what happened. Rejected at the 9. VIX 15. Crude, 3 down days in a row. Hurting our energy plays. This is the S&P 500, the bullish percent index for the S&P 500. So 92% of the market is above the 50-day. 51% of the market is above the 200-day. Let's take a minute and let's look back. April, not this past April, but the previous April of 2021 was the last time we had a bullish percent reading like this. The last time that we had this many stocks above our 50-day. Now the 50-day has moved down with the market, don't get me wrong. But this feels different. I still see a lot of people talking about how, we had this nice move up here. This does not resemble this. I'd like this action. I'm not saying that we're going to go straight up. I don't get paid to call the bottom. I don't get paid to call the top. I get paid to get in the market and play the action. That's what pays me, and that's how I'm going to trade. So I'm not saying we're going to continue up. We are overextended here, and I do think we could use a pullback. I would love to see a pullback, get a retest of this area right here, and then continue to push up. But, we had a nice move. We moved up. We pulled back, retested the 50-day here. Push back up, put in a small base here. Now we're moving up again. The 200-day is a big area here that we do need to clear, but this action is different. I'm not saying we've put a bottom in. I'm not saying we won't pull back to the bottom. I'm just saying this action is different. I still see a lot of people talking about how we made this big move and the same thing's going to happen, and we very well could go back to another low. But I can't stress enough how much different this action is, how much different the sentiment is in the market right now. The participation is broad in the market. I've heard all kinds of stuff about when they started coming after some of the more beat down names about dumpster diving, and that's still like the last straw. And look, this market's strong right now, and we could pull back today. We hit some major levels that we were watching yesterday, and we expected a pullback. We expected a reaction at those levels, and we got a pullback. Time will tell, see where we head. We do need to cool off. I would like to see the market. I'd love to see the market trend, because that's how I make my money, with the stronger trends versus a ranging market. But we really do need the market to range. If the market ranges, we'll find the honey badgers, and we'll still be able to trade and make money. So you got AMD here, respecting the 9. It's holding the 9, respecting it. This MACD is leveling out. The semis are not looking as strong. Some of the other ones have been a little stronger than AMD and NVIDIA, but they do look like let's go back. They do look like they're flattening out here. This is going to be another big area here, a previous area where it failed. So if we do push up, this would be the area to watch for a major resistance level. You can see we're holding the 100 level. That's another big area that we talk about in the Discord. Affirm, nice push up here. affirm the 15-minute. Nice push yesterday. This was another one that was in there grinding up, paying the bills. Amazon, nice push yesterday. Very, very nice push. You can see it pushed up, flagged in, pushed up. Didn't even want to give an entrance, and then just got this huge pullback. So AMC 15-minute chart, you can see the spike, pullback, spike, pullback. You could have played the action on that in both directions. AMD, you can see the pullback here. We were looking for, on this pullback, we were looking for the 97.57 area, and I don't think we ever got that on the pullback. But we did end up getting a reversal right back into the 100 area and then snatch back. So we are right now, that's the area to watch with AMD, is the 100 area. So you can see Amazon here. We took the 200 out. That's what we were hoping for. We needed this candle to close over top that 200 and get today's candle to open over top of 200. So we did not get confirmation of that breakout. Had this nice run, and we ended up pulling back under that 200. So the 200 is your major resistance area to watch for today. Apple, we've gapped down here as well. Apple had another nice day yesterday. It pulled back at market open, pushed up, worked its way up, and actually in pre-market, after hours, you can see that's where it actually put the high in. But it has dipped under the 50 on the 15 right now, and pre-market. Boeing, you can see Boeing grinded up yesterday as well. Not a bad day for it, but you can see we're losing momentum here in the chart. So we do have some stuff that needs to pull back. Bitcoin weekly chart. This MACD here actually did cross, and it's fizzling out. The PPO has not yet crossed yet. You can see your RSI. You can't even see the last time that we were this, I hate to say the word oversold, because the RSI is not an oversold, overbought indicator. I prefer a stock when it's up here. This is when I want to trade a stock, when it's hot. When a lot of people are saying, oh, it's getting ready to sell, that's when I'm looking at trade them. So I don't like to use overbought and oversold. I'm looking for a stock that has huge relative strength, and that RSI like that's telling me at the time Bitcoin had huge relative strength. Well, just like this is telling me that it was very underweighted, was leading to the downside, had relative strength to the downside, basically. But you can see it looks like it wants to roll here. A little worried about Bitcoin. As long as we're holding at 200, it just needs some momentum. The crypto sector just has got to get some momentum, and when it does get it, it gets a pop and gives it back. Boeing, you can see the push here yesterday. We pulled back to your 200 on your 15, and then rip. Chewy's leveling off here, putting in a base. Really nice move out of that cup. Probably going to take this chart off. It's not something that I trade a lot myself. CVX, we did have a down day yesterday. We seen major dark pool levels coming in on this stock in pre-market. So that's one thing that we were able to notice going into market open. So, we never know whether they're a buy or sell, but looking at the price action can kind of give you an idea. CVX here pushed up in pre-market yesterday, and I'm guessing, I don't know if that's what the selling was for, or if this was the push up. But the selling was actually, or not selling, the dark pools actually were coming in close to market open. So I'm guessing that's when they started selling and pulled back. GME, you can see this flag here got below the 900, or got below the 9, and then we just ripped yesterday. It was part of the meme craze. I got a nice trade on that with 1,000 shares. Very nice trade. I used shares over options because of the implied volatility that were into them, and it was just an in and out type play of just trying to make some money quickly. Google pushing up here. We've been expecting this to move up since it took this level out, gapped up over this level. We've been watching for this to move up. QQQ still pushing up. I still like this chart. It's not overextended like a lot of names are. Not very far from the 9 here. Well, I guess we're $6 or $7 from the 9. Still watching the 200. Still, I would still like to see a pullback to that 9. I would love to get a pullback to the 9, hold the 9, and maybe try to get some buy the 9 strategies. Some of these names, we're probably going to get a pullback to the 20 when we do pull back, but hopefully that's it. We just get a nice pullback, cool off, and then we can continue to move up. The bonds coming down here, trading flat on top the 50, pulling back. IWM over top. Yesterday was the second day in a row that it opened up and remained over the 200. That's a good sign. You can see yesterday it was, it pulled back and then had a nice strong run to the upside. Mara's flagging here, waiting on your 9 to catch up. Meta, you're flagging here, waiting on 9 to catch up there. Candles are tight. You can see Meta offered some nice trades yesterday. Pull back at open, push right into your 50 on your 15-minute, pull back again, then was able to take that out. So you have a low, a high, a higher low, a higher high. Just identifying price waves can make you a lot of money. Microsoft up above this support level was resistance, now it's support, but under this 200. We talked about that yesterday. We had to clear that 200. You can see Microsoft is down right now. MRO, the 50 on the daily was resistance. We pushed right into it and pulled back. 20 support. I don't like stocks when they're wedged in between moving averages like that. I don't like trying to trade them. Netflix, once again, this gap is an area. We didn't even quite touch it yesterday before pulling back. Those candles are just so tight there. It looks like a big move wants to come. We just need to see it. NVIDIA, we're still respecting the 9. We have a major resistance level, prior level of a fail. You can see the end of May, end of June, or beginning of June level that we have been worried about. That was where we failed here, but also had some news. Pull back to the 50 on the daily. So we're right back above the 9 and 20, but still struggling with this prior level. That's the level to watch. Oxy pulled back yesterday and chopped around. Palantir, didn't bad earnings, pull back, trying to hold this support here. Look at your 9 rolling over. Does that look familiar, guys? Look at that 9 rolling over, getting ready to apply pressure on top of that price action. So Palantir pulled back yesterday, pushed back up, chopped around, could not take out the opening candles, the pre-market levels. Peloton got this nice rounded bottom here. It has pushed up, so we have gotten a breakout. It's like it's hanging out waiting on this 9 to catch up. If it does pull back, watch for your 12.21 for your 9 for support. That will move today. It's going to move up a few pennies. Plug, we took this level out. This level here would be the next level to watch if it does want to push. You can see it's just a previous fail. 9's on its way. It's very, very hot there. MACD still looks good on it, though. It still may have some gas in the tank. Roblox, you can see we broke out of this ascending triangle here, pushed right up into a resistance level, and has not yet been able to take that out. Yesterday, we traded below the 9. So you can see the 9 starting to curl over. You can see the MACD changing. You can see the RSI changing. So we could see a pullback there, almost pullback to the 20 already. We could see a pullback to come back down and touch that 20. The SPX, the 200-day on daily, you can see that was resistance yesterday. We pushed right into that and then pulled back. CRM got this coiling up into putting these tops in. Yesterday we did pull back below this line, traded on a very tight doji. Your MACD's fading. If it's going to take that tabletop out, it needs to do it now. You can see the price action, big pullback, and then after it put this low in, pushed up for a high, pull back for a higher low, higher high, and then continued to pull back for the rest of the day. Snell, We got this breakout here. It's another one that's fading. The MACD's fading. It doesn't help when the whole market's starting to chase all these meme stocks. I'm not complaining, but it makes it harder on some of the other stocks when you're already in a low volume environment and everybody's concentrating on those. Yesterday was such a wild day, being able to catch that action and call all those names out as they were popping off. Just exciting, and glad that we can provide opportunities like that for members. SoFi, huge pullback here, huge pullback, come all the way down to 722 and then rip back up. And you can see how it faded here. I think this might have been caught up in a little bit of the meme stock craze. When BBBY went into that halt, they went after GME, and after that, they started going after everything. You can see SoFi here, third day under the 9. MACD's trying to roll, third day under the 9. The SPY right into the 50-day here as well yesterday, or the 50 weekly yesterday. What a strong chart, nice move here, but that's a major level of resistance. We have to take that out. That is a major level of resistance, and that's what we run into yesterday. You can see the 200 here at 429, the fib level 431ish, 70 area, 80, 83, I believe. These are all major levels, and we run right into them. Like we said yesterday, treat this 429.70, into your 200 weekly, and that fib level, that's a zone. Until we get above that, almost a $2 range, the market's going to see some struggling. We talked about this yesterday in the daily levels video. You can see the SPY 15-minute chart here, huge push and pull right back, found support right at your 15-minute 50. Square was on a nice run. Come up here, put this base in. I had this trend line. We actually lost that trend line. We lost the 9. Watch your 20 for support. Your MACD's changing. So we are seeing a change in some of these charts. TTWO had this big candle yesterday. Big engulfing candle. It's not actually an engulfing candle because it didn't actually engulf the previous candle. Your MACD's wanting to turn bullish. This is one to watch for some follow through today. XLK. So this is the tech sector for the S&P 500. We are above the 200 daily there. So that's a good sign. We need to get the Qs freed up. Tesla still holding the 50-day out here on the weekly or 50 weekly. Tesla right into a previous fail resistance yesterday. We said that the 940 was the level that had to be took out. I think it went to 944. It ended up snatching back. All right, so Musk tweeted that he's going to buy MANU, Manchester. That's probably going to be hard on Tesla. When he was trying to buy Twitter, Tesla pulled back on that news, and I would most likely expect the same thing. Once again, looking to take out that 940 level, maybe we can push up to 1,000, but we have to take out 940 before we start looking for that. Twitter trading pretty flat here. UNG, we called this out. Natural gas yesterday pushed in pre-market and pulled back. You got it's like a nice epic flush play right to a previous level of resistance at that, and then we were able to rip into close basically. Cooled off a little bit right at close. You can see this cup and handle UNG. I need to get this line drawn, but we have broken up out of that, gapped up. Upstart, nice day yesterday, decent volume. You can see Upstart for a low volume environment that we've been trading in. Upstart's been getting good volume coming into it. A nice push. Your 9's right there, your 50's right there. You're holding both of them. See if this 9 will push us up. I think that might have got caught up in a little bit of that meme craze yesterday as well. You can see we pulled back at market open, and then this thing just ripped. Huge, big run. Huge run. Paying the bills there. Wells Fargo, a nice pullback and then a push. XLF. So as hot as the banks seem, they still come for them yesterday. Look at that RSI. I like that RSI. I like that. A lot of people are looking at that saying, oh, let's go short, we're overbought. To me, that's not overbought. To me, that's where you're looking to day trade. That's, that's a lot of momentum there. You're looking for momentum and, relative strength. You're looking for relative strength in your stocks. That's exactly what you want. You want a hot MACD to day trade with. Just my opinion, but that's how, a hot MACD has made me a ton of money. ExxonMobil trading in this little wedge here. To see, if we can't take this out, if we lose these moving averages, maybe we can get a move down to the bottom of this wedge, which would put us right at a previous level that we have respected. You can see right here. And that concludes our video this morning. I hope everybody stays green. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the trading room.